not because there's something wrong with me or something. I was being nice to give these scumbags a chance to change. Right? That was I was explaining everything, and people thought that I'm some stupid fool or something. So now onward, there will be no niceness. These scumbags picked a fight, and I will end that. Now, the person you can see on the screen, this gentleman or gentlewoman, I don't know what he is or she is actually. It's getting difficult, more and more difficult to understand what is what anymore, especially in the Western circles. So this gentlewoman or man, whatever the fuck it is, it come to my channel and it dropped a comment under one of my video where he's saying if you want to expose something, expose you are mumbling. So let me tell you why I'm mumble. Okay, I'm mumble because I'm dealing with absolute psychopaths, and those psychopaths are not stationary psychopaths. They are staying psychopathic, and there's a movie that did something bad, and people watched it and they decided that this person was really bad, evil. Okay, and this person was being attacked, or this person barely escaped and everything else, and this person is the, how you call it, villain, and this is hero. It's not like that in real life. Villains do villainous things, okay, and they pretend to be hero. Okay, all right. So this is what I'm dealing with, and I mumble because these are ace grade, top grade psychopaths. On the top of all that, these scumbags, they know a lot of your occultic crap, and they use everything on me. And these things, as like these things have multiple facets, multiple outlets. Okay, when you look at these things through one outlet, they're doing something in one level. When you look at these things on other outlet, they are doing something else. There are actual cause and effect involved, by the way. These comebacks do something on you, and when you react and all stuff, it affects you negatively. So I've been dealing with these comebacks, not only surviving but also exposing and helping others however much I can. Okay, do you understand? And these comebacks things have done something to me that you don't understand, that I've recovered, by the way, but it's not completely recovered. So yeah, I fumble a little bit. At least I'm not reading off a script. At least I'm not like deceiving you, saying one thing to you and doing other thing to you. On top of all that, I'm not some YouTuber. I'm not trained for doing all these things. I'm doing all these things with the power of my sheer will. Okay? Okay? And I'm doing it to help people. Whoever want to be helped, or who want to learn something, or I don't know. I had this experience and I can see this thing repeating. So I'm creating this content to educate people that what they are dealing with. And if you go into how to solve this thing, you cannot solve it. There's no law that prohibits this thing, that prevents this thing. Okay, on top of all that, I'm from a whole different country. I don't have a lot of legal remedies for these things. All right, on top of all that, they are hiding a lot of things. They're lying about a lot of things. They are running a narrative already. Okay, and they're playing and claiming to be good people, and they're destroying everything, and people are hooked into these things. They're watching their destruction, and they're enjoying and laughing, and they think that that is entertainment. All right, all the while what these people are doing, that is conditioning you, that is programming you, that is mind controlling you to destroy yourself more, So yeah, I fumble here and there because a lot of craziness. I'm dealing with a lot of craziness. On top of all that, English is not my first language. I am from India. Okay, we don't speak English here. Believe it or not, you might not be aware of this thing, right? My first language is Hindi, and this is the favor I'm doing to you guys. Okay, all right. I don't have any reason to speak in English whatsoever, but trying. I'm trying to match with you guys with your ways of how you understand language and all that stuff. So I'm trying to match with that. So I fumble here and there. Okay, it's not like how Americans fumble when they speak English, when they change, they don't know the difference among THEN, where to use THEN, where to use THAN, where to use your, and your. Okay, I'm not doing like that. Okay, I know you are illiterate people, you don't understand anything beside what you have conditioned yourself and created some tropes for others, but this is what your reality is. Okay, so I'm uh, facing a lot of hurdles, a lot of challenges, and I'm solving them in real life, real time, and trying to do the right thing. So I fumble. Okay, okay, it's not something like what you guys do in your societies, how you bully each other, how you abuse each other, and you think that's the greatest thing. Okay, it's not like that. It's different. Try to understand. And if you have so much issues with this thing, you have two options. First, don't watch my videos. That's best for you. Other, if you want flawless language and everything else, learn Hindi. Okay, then I can explain you without fumbling. Okay, and if you cannot, so I will continue. This being said, so I have decided to pick a side finally, and I have picked the side of educated people in my country. I have picked the side of healthy mindset, healthy people. Okay, I've picked the side of students of my country. Okay, because that's how I identify myself. An educated student. I used to be a student, and at least in my country, we follow democracy. Okay, so I am supporting democracy of my country because my country people who are not scumbags, who are not psychopaths, who are not running all sorts of hidden tricks on everybody to exploit them, to destroy their lives, to be narcissistic, egotistical, people who are innocent, okay, people who have good heart, people who respect each other, people who respect each other's differences instead of weaponizing these differences, people who find solutions instead of generating chaos. Okay, I'm supporting them. I've decided to support those people. All right, anybody has an issue when I'm exposing your occultists, pussies, cowards, you can go fuck yourselves somewhere else. Okay, this is the least I can say. All right, and if you cannot, if you still want to come here and watch my videos, okay, and you get butthurt, then start to learn what I'm teaching you. This will help you. Occult is a fantastic thing, it does not exist in real life. People are saying that they are doing some occultic things, some very hidden mysterious things, this and that. That's what they have programmed you to believe. These same things can be studied through science and psychology. In that, they are seen as disorders. What you think that you are powerful and giving you power and all stuff, it might be a mental disorder. All right, all right, megasis, magis. All right, so we are going to do that. Now, what we have here, let me show you how many people are like me here in India. Okay.
मोदी का चमचा, मोदी का चमचा पिट रहा है, ये देखो.
You see the person in between all these students, what they're doing? These are the people like Boza. They're getting a ass whooping. How you say it? Whooping. How you say it in your language? They're getting a much deserved as whooping. And these things will be common now in future.
ये भाई ये प्रोटेस्ट खराब करने आया था, ये भाई ये प्रोटेस्ट खराब करने आया था.
You see all these crowd. They are people like me, educated people. Okay, and scumbags like Boza and gang, these wannabe cultists and all that horseshitters and anarchists. They've done a really good number on the people, on the government, and everybody else is profiting of the hard work of innocent people, or the future of the innocent people. They spread this disease across the planet. So they're curing that virus. Okay, people have identified many things, and my work is going to be to expose this disease even more. Yeah, we're bringing a change now. We're tired of your horse shit. We're tired of all this madness. Enough is enough. Educated people are returning. You made us people like you by your torture, and now since we know how things actually work, and this is the exact thing we were trying to avoid all these years. So people are coming to get what belongs to them, right?
जी के बारे में वीडियो बना रहे हैं, कृपया.
And it's not just students here, by the way. It's everybody. Donald Trump's bullshit, his satanic son-in-law scumbag Kushner, his tranny wife, and his tranny daughters, your fucking secret agencies, shitty CIA, Mossad, and all the whole shit. They injected all this bullshit in my country. So we have isolated the disease now. We are going to cure it soon. All right. The bullshit is about to crash everywhere. It will not
थे,
work.
अगर गलती से पुलिस की लाठी उन्हें लग जाती तो क्या होता, इस बात की परवाह किए बगैर दोनों बाप बेटे जंतर मंतर पे डटे रहे. और धुरंधर से लेकर सिंघम गजनी तक ये 6 पैक 8 पैक ये लोग जो बना रहे हैं, किसके लिए बना रहे हैं? इनका एक शब्द ना पहले निकला ना प्रोटेस्ट के बाद निकल.
All right. This is how we change things, not like become some unit with a cosplay dress and makeup to change your personality, to live in delusion of some sort. All right, we don't do that. We do things the right way. Try to still be peaceful and compassionate toward others. we try to solve the problem, right? We try to solve the problem, and we try to help other people also. We are not here to be forever exploited by illiterate, ill-mannered, and even like, I don't think these people actually have a life. So all these things are about to change. Things will be changing very soon, and your new world order, it is crashing.
यहाँ किस लिए आऊँ बस बस बस
रिसेंटली आपका आपने चार दीवारी
आप
के
क्योंकि
साथ
हाँ
आपने चार दीवारी के साथ
अभी हो
सवाल
गया
किया
हो
था।
गया
एक लास्ट
देश में एक सिचुएशन चल रही है, स्टूडेंट प्रोटेस्ट चल रहा है।
मैं यहाँ किस लिए आऊँ बस बस बस
रिसेंटली आपका आपने
Right. So there's politicians involved. There are actors involved. Okay, that disease that you people spread in America, like what Jared, what's his name is Jared Kushner, I believe. Yeah, not Jared Leto. Yeah, Jared Kushner. So what these weirdos they're spreading, they studied movies. I remember a speech of Jared Kushner many years ago, where he delivered a speech, Donald Trump with Donald Trump. I don't know if it's available on internet right now or not. I remember it from memory. So he was talking about right after or even before Hillary Clinton was, she was a candidate as well. So what these comebacks, all these psychopaths, what they are doing actually is, the problem is on two fronts, not one front. One front problem is the right wing, these narcissist, psychopath, tough people, tough man, all these alpha males and all stuff. They are the biggest problem because they become brutal, they become diseased, unethical, immoral. They lose themselves in their hubris, and they try to impose the toughness, tough man, this and that whole shit onto everybody, and they cross all the boundaries. They become abusive toward their family, their children, and everything else, and they end up in a trailer, okay, or in some drug house of America somewhere. So they become like that. One problem is that. The other problem is, after dealing with all this trauma, abuse, everything else for years, their children, they were born with traumas. They lived a traumatic life, so they've become really, first of all, they are very confused. Okay, they did not get raised properly because the environment was dirty. These comebacks, they polluted the whole environment in their hubris, in their madness, in their disease. Okay, so those people, they did not like, if you don't get proper environment for something, you have some disorders. Okay, so I'm not diagnosing the whole generation with disorders, don't confuse me with that, but they developed with a resistance in a way, or a reaction in a way, of this thing. So they tend to feel this thing as repel. They get repelled from all these things. And the truth that lies, the actual healthy thing that lies somewhere in between, where people are not too strict or too lenient, they're not too abusive and too spoiling. The healthy things lies there in a balance. Okay, so what these people are trying to do is they're trying to pull you in one direction or other, these extremists, from the both sides, I would say. The main problem was created by these right-wing scumbags. If you discard all these stories and all stuff, all these prophecies, all these fantasies, there's a Satan, there's a devil, this and that, they're all people. I've not seen a devil in my whole life. I've not seen a god in my whole life. Not wakingly, maybe in dreams sometimes. Not wakingly. Okay, I've seen temples. Alright, I've seen many things. I've heard a lot of stories. Okay, I've heard a lot of stories. A lot of stories from a lot of cultures, religions, this and that. I've never seen a God one to one. So I don't think there exists a God. If he exists, I need more than stories now. Give me definitive proof, and don't try to manipulate me. I will give you definitive proof. So let's argue, and I will beat you in an argument by my made up lies and all stuff, and try to dominate you. That's not proof. That's still horseshit. Definitive concrete proof is like, this is a charger, okay? So it's right in your face. I'm not describing that there's a charger, it does such wonderful things, it has all magical and electrical powers, okay? There's no definitive proof. Like, this is a definitive proof. I don't need to describe anything. I can show you and you can understand within seconds. Yeah, that's real deal. People don't have this definitive proof of either sides. I don't believe them. And I will try to investigate that what's wrong with these people. Are they mentally ill? Right? I will use everything that I've learned myself, that I've trained myself to do. That is to educate myself scientifically, psychologically, right? It does not mean that I will insult your belief systems, because that's not what I do. But you also need to maintain your boundary. If you do not maintain your boundary, it's not my responsibility. I will come after you with whatever the hell I have got, and I will chase you down to the hells, to the end of this world. Okay, you will not be able to hide anywhere. All right, we are good people, but to a certain level. All right, now since I've learned a lot of stuff, and I'm working on my mumbling and all that stuff as well. I'm getting better at this day by day. I'm going to expose every single trick you scumbags have under your sleeves. Stop me if you can. And I'm not scared of you pussies. I know you are cowards. If you were not cowards, you would not create so many things to hide behind. I know you are not a man. None of you. All you scumbags follow these things, do these rituals and all stuff, and try to pretend to be man. You put so much work. Try to be man, because you are not a man. Right? See? Did you understand the analogy? A man who's a man already, he does not try to be a man, because a man is already a man. Either uniches try to be a man or pretend to be a man when they are not actually man, or immature boys who pretend to be man, who are not man. And this is what I have been dealing with all these years. They are faking their voice, they're faking their demeanor, they're faking their even attires, they're faking everything. They're pretending to be man, and none of these uniches are actually man. Okay? You've never faced a real man in your life. Alright, boys. So I will teach you some manners. Alright. So I will expose all these things. All these things. I will show you, I will explain things using occult. Hidden knowledge. I will expose that part. Then I will expose the psychological part that they use. Book of Lies, Aleister Crowley, right? Aleister Crowley, they are revering Aleister Crowley. They are revering Hitler. They're revering all these scumbags. I will expose all these things, their tricks. How these uniches pretended to be men, and they end up being nobodies. A real man, like if you call any Lester Crowley scumbag or any other psychopath, they're psychopaths. The gods psychopathic. Odin was a psychopath, a coward. Odin was a cowardly loser. Okay, Thor was a eunuch. He was half a man because he was always scared of his father. Had all sorts of daddy issues, and they worship these comebacks, these losers, and they spread this whole shit throughout the world. And Hela, their sister, she was a feministic psychopath, and they have idealized these diseased people, whatever the fuck they were. I refuse to call them gods. And they're spreading this witchcrafty crap throughout the world and is thinking that their emotions mean anything, all the while crushing everybody else's emotions. Shitty emotions don't mean anything to me anymore. I don't give a fuck. It's your doing. You're destroying yourself, you're crying. If you did not want to get hurt, you would have stopped. And you don't stop. It's not my responsibility to give a fuck about your shitty emotions, any shitty ego, anything. You will come to fight me. I will put your head, I will crush your head under my foot. I mean, I'm speaking metaphorically here, but if they decide to do it in real life, we will test this theory also. Alright, I will not be kind, nice, good toward these scumbags anymore. Not toward these people. The scumbags who think they're alpha males or something. Nobody is a bigger alpha male than me. Alright. Okay. And you know what I am. I'm not alpha. Okay. There's something called... anyway, I don't want to get into all this whole shit. Yeah. So we will handle all this thing. And for the people who are good people, who are searching for something, who are confused with this thing like me, like I used to be, who want to make their life better, and who want to fight for a right cause, you can learn a lot of things from me. I will be exposing and explaining and everything else so that to return you back to the right track. Okay? I know psychology, I have a master's degree in computer science. So I know logical things, a lot of logical things. I studied mathematics and physics throughout my life. Like I still am interested about these things. So, and then again, a lot of people know these things. There's AI, there's everything else. You can use those things, no issue with that also. But the thing is, AI only knows the thing that you know. And these scientific people, they follow one pattern. And that's good. But thing is, what we follow in my country, it's scientific, but it's integrated with life. Okay? It's like science is not... like, for example, we say that the way of learning, the way how we learn about things is, although there exist metaphysical things, things that are on different levels, like universe as a whole exists. Universe exists as a whole, okay? It's massive, it's giant, and all sorts of, not just metaphysics, things are happening on multiple scales. Some look at these things through classical physics, that is falling short. Then quantum dynamics, okay, new theories and new perspective how these things are developed. Some interpret these things through technology and logic. Some interpret these things through religion and some occult. All right. So I have developed multiple point of views for this, and I do not use these point of views to just interpret this thing and create a sensationalization something. No, not for that. we follow here things that are integrated. Like there exist suns and moons and stars and everywhere, but how much effect or impact those things have on us? Zero to none. I'm talking about throughout the universe. Although everything is connected, we are part of universe, but you don't see Earth going around to other solar systems, galaxies, and everything else. No, Earth is stationary to its place because it's a part of universe. It has its own duty in a way. Okay, its own stuff. In the same way, we are human. If we get the whole universe in our head, we will forget what we are. So my tradition, it teaches you to be you, to hold your ground, to cherish what is given to you, instead of trying to figure out all the things all the time. Although we figure out things also, but how much is healthy for you? How much is destroying your life? So people don't understand these things. So we use our stuff like that. And anarchists anarchists are done. We are back in the market. Okay? And we will get what belongs to us, what we put out.
मरने के बाद हमने देखा ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में जो सैनिक मरे थे उन
All right, agenda, new world order. I don't give a fuck. Whatever the fuck people have fallen into and made it as the main narrative of the world. Satyakas Boza is a fucking puppet of Illuminati. He is an installation. He is there. See, there's a controlled opposition, and then there's an opposition that recondition you into the same stream by first attacking it, then rationalizing, then creating a differential in it, and they suck you right back into the same stream by sensitizing the things. Okay, so what these comebacks are doing, let me give you a brief introduction about how Illuminati or these secret societies, all these comebacks, how they do it. So you are a human being, okay, although you think that you are infinite when you don't really know yourself, but when you start to see yourself, there are different aspects of you. Okay, you have a psyche, you have psychology, you have physical, it's finite. Okay, all these things are studied, have always been studied. All right, from the ancient times, people have figured out ourselves long ago. Okay, and they just gave you an identity, which is a healthy thing, by the way. It's called healthy ego. But then you are more than this. You have exploits and vulnerabilities, and these people are hacking you, hijacking you, and you are surrounded by this universe and everything else. They are weaponizing that you are in an environment. They are weaponizing that environment, so they are using all these things against you. So when you are supposed to be healthy, right, all these occults, all these conspiracies, everything else that happens nowadays, it's unhealthy, it's maladaptive, it's negative, it's weaponized to destroy your psyche, to destroy your balance. All right, like sometimes they use environment around you, sometimes they use a property that is in you, within you. So they influence it. They influence your perception. They influence your systems. They trigger your system. Sometimes they control you using your emotions. Sometimes they use some external things. I mean, there are multiple things. I will explain. I will lay these things down properly soon. But the sheriff is back in the town. Be scared. Very, very scared. You scumbags. Okay, you think like people were weak. You played your games. Now we are taking the like things in our hand again. All right, we're making a change. We're bringing the education and decency and innocence back. Yes. So I will create more videos in the future. Pardon me for being too cocky today. But yeah, you will see a whole different thing in this channel. Okay, I will be back. Thanks so much.